All right.
We're ready. Hey, everybody. It's Rita and Ryan on the Rita and Ryan show. We
Hello.
think we've, oh, sorry.
No, I was just saying hello.
No, I'll introduce, let me do it again. Okay. Hello, everyone. It's Rita and hey, Ryan.
Hello.
There it is. So Ryan and I are going to be here for, we have no idea how long, until I guess we exhaust every subject that we can think of. But we're here for our third episode
Yes.
of Rita and Ryan. And Ryan came up with a great kind of overall theme for the podcast, which is the Weird Ass Talk Show. And I kind of like that because if you stick with us and our 80 billion trillion fans that know us and love us, they would probably agree that Weird Ass would be a great way, an identifier for both of us in different ways. But so you may see that come about. Thank you for joining us. A couple side notes, little housekeeping. Ryan I've just discovered that Ryan doesn't read. So that's interesting. And also that he's been really angry the last few days. So we're going to get through that. I do have a few topics that I've written down that I want to talk about, but I want to get into the dirt with Ryan. Why are you so angry?
I have no idea.
Is it people on the street? You just wake up and
everything.
you just feel like you want to, scream and yell?
Yeah.
Because you're such a nice guy. You're so even keeled, and you say things like super and awesome and like totally
groovy.
Like a good Southern California groovy.
Groovy's my favorite reply for texting.
Yes.
Like it's so weird.
It's a good one. Hippies of the world unite.
Exactly.
So do you think it's the energy in the world?
Yeah, I think it is, and like, cause I'm trying to plot and plan and scheme, and how am I going to get there? What am I doing? And what's the meaning of life? And
that's a big one.
Yeah, and like, I have been thinking. I'm like, man, like I kind of want to leave, but I don't know, and I've been seriously thinking about it lately, and like if I did, I don't know what I would do or where I would go, like. Like honestly, like what am I going to do for employment? Like for real. Like I mean, they're all just like terrible job choices. I would rather just continue to independent contract out here.
Right.
And have, yeah, right. I mean, even though stuff's more expensive, like I don't know, it's just weird. So I think that's partly.
Yeah, sometimes we can get caught up in our own headspace. Yeah. And I run into that sometimes where I have to stop myself and go, you're actually worrying about things that haven't happened yet. And that it's easy to fall into that, to say, well, what if? And I'm not sure I'm going to. And there's so much there. And so that's one, but
that
if you
combined can with things you'd like changed now.
Yes. Impatience.
Yeah. So cross that with impatience.
And you're pretty much on fire tonight.
Yeah, I guess.
All right. So this is anger. Would you say you're in a rage right now?
Oh, no, I'm good. I'm good
just
now.
Just a slow burn.
I'm good now. The anger has subsided.
Can you imagine though, people who go like, I'm fine, and they do a podcast. Like so maybe I don't want to, step on your toes now that we've gotten to your emotions. But tell me, when you say is it you can't read or you don't read?
I just don't read.
Okay.
Like I don't. I think I'm a little dyslexic. Mm-hmm. And so even as a kid, I just never read. Like I wouldn't read.
Well, what if you were sitting having a bowl of cereal? Would you read the cereal box?
Sometimes. Well, that's how I got into comics. Is because when I was a kid, I wouldn't read books, but I would read comics
right.
like I would get from my cousins, And so my parents were like, well, at least he's looking at words. And so
but you're a really smart guy.
Yeah.
And you must know some big words.
Yeah.
So do you think it has a lot to do with kind of you choosing
lot to do with
what
the
you want to
comic
read?
books. No, it's a lot to do with comic books because
they're intellectual.
They're very intellectual. They don't necessarily dumb down the vocabulary necessarily for children.
Right.
And they use very creative language.
Right.
I also like words and stuff too.
Right.
And so
yes, Stephen King, I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but Stephen King wrote a book years ago called On Writing, and it was just kind of like it's a short book, and he talked about the author Amy Tan. Mm-hmm. And she did, in talking about what, she would recommend or how she advises young students who want to write. And she talked to Stephen King and she said, what about the words? What about the words? And so I grew up in a time where it seemed that even at a very, very young age, reading was so important for your imagination. But I also seem to remember it seemed to be more focused on the girls because boys were it just seemed like it was a given that boys they didn't like to read. And maybe that's, I mean,
I don't know. I know a lot of dudes that like to read and didn't mind. I mean, I guess I had some
I think though the difference between if a boy had a choice between, say, a 12-year-old boy going out and playing with his friends or sitting home and reading a book.
Oh, right. Yeah, you're going to want to.
Right. But a girl could say, I'm totally fine. I can, I'll stay home and read a book for a couple hours. Or in our day, we went to the library because that was fun to go to the library. But
right. Now,
and I may be completely wrong.
Now that's where homeless people go.
To read?
To
just stay warm?
Yeah.
Are they allowed in the library?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, as long as they're not
going potty.
Disturbing anything.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the same thing here on Northern California. They ride the BART and the buses for a long time so they can just have a quiet, warm place to be. It's very sad.
Yes.
So very sad.
Yeah.
So that's our commentary.
Yes.
Okay. So you're
now
angry?
That everyone is depressed. You're welcome. I think You're welcome, everyone.
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you for right at the very beginning, setting the tone.
Just bringing the room down right away.
Okay. All right. So I will bring it back up because I have questions.
Yes.
So if you are someone that wears glasses, which both of us do, and we've discussed before, we can't see without them.
Guilty.
What there is now in the new glasses case, they send this cute little thing, and it's a little baby Phillips screwdriver.
A little tool, yeah.
Right, it's a little tool. All right, so here's my question. What if you don't have a spare set of glasses? Because if you take your glasses off to try and use a screwdriver, are you going to tell me you're going to see it? Seriously.
I guess it would depend on if you're near or farsighted.
Really? Okay, yeah. So let's get half the.
I can see. I'm nearsighted, so I can see up to like maybe 2 feet away.
So you mean so if you hold this and your glass is 2 feet from you, you'll be fine.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I
that's
can see
not the case.
Yeah, I can see everything up. So it wouldn't be that much of an issue for people like me.
Okay. Well, then for
for the nearsighted.
Oh boy, you are just throwing everybody under the bus here. It's like, as long as it's not aggrieving you, I'm thinking about people like me who don't have that ability and who think, wait, what if I don't have a spare? Or what if seriously?
I'm canceled now.
No, right, you're canceled now. Your rage, you can't read, and you diss on the blind people. You get 3 big marks tonight.
The other sided.
The other sided. That's right. on our so but seriously though, it's like, but it just seems
no,
like
I do understand what you're saying, but
yes,
yeah,
but
like because I had,
but you don't care. You don't care
oh,
because you can do it as long as you
now
can do
that
it.
I am aware of it, I am deeply bothered.
No, I think that we
But
should
no,
send a note
as
to
you were
everybody
saying
who
it,
can't do it. Yes.
I was just like, oh, that's interesting because I would never think of it because I can see close up. And so I'm like, that's interesting because if you're farsighted,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, no, that would be.
But don't you think that it would be smarter, instead of spending money saying, oh, look, we're going to give you something useless? They already have your prescription. Why don't they create a pair of super duper inexpensive, the kind of glasses we wore when we were 12, and you get 2 pair of glasses for the price of one, and you've got one sitting aside for when, and then I would go and buy this for 50 cents. So, because not everyone has 2 pair of functional glasses.
I don't.
A lot of times you get your new glasses when all the coating has faded, or they're so scratched up you can't see out of it anymore. That's usually what happens to me, is the coating fades. Yeah. Or, so, but I think it's kind of evil. And I just wanted to bring that up.
Yeah. Oh, if no, if these break, I'm screwed. Like,
well, not if the screw comes loose, because you got that. And as long as you got Scotch tape, you'll figure that out. Okay. So can I tell you a funny story?
Of course.
Okay. So I'm at the grocery store. There's a gentleman in a wheelchair, and we're in the parking lot. It's in the parking lot. So I'm putting my bags in the trunk of the car, and he's 2 cars down, but all of a sudden I heard like a stream of something. Sound like somebody was like urinating, and I turn and look, and he's sitting in his wheelchair, and all you see is this stream of urine, and it's hitting the ground. Just like that. I wasn't looking for, and I didn't see any particular body parts. Well, 2 seconds later, this guy, probably in his 50s, early 60s, walks up and he says, are you telling me you're actually doing that? You're actually peeing outside? And at first I thought, well, the guy's in the wheelchair and probably thinking better to do it here and he has limited mobility. So I was having some sympathy. Then the guy's like, just leave me alone. I don't, stop yelling at me. The man who was yelling at the wheelchair guy unzips his pants and he urinates. This is happening right in the middle of the parking lot. Urinates, and he zips up his pants. Oh, did I film?
Did you film any of this?
No, I didn't film. Number one, it was like, geez, the guy in the wheelchair, that's kind of weird. The second thing is, now I'm looking at a man and I can see what he's holding, urinating. He finishes urinating, zips up his pants. You saw this
today?
Yes. And then he does it.
Geez. Oh, man.
Okay, listen, it gets, and then he goes, and then he raises up his arms and he's like, great, now we were both raised in a barn. And he walks off just like that. What in the world? Which led me to so it happened so quickly, because at first you just go, oh, man.
Dudes pissing on each other in a parking lot.
Literally. And then, but the guy who
they literally had a pissing competition.
Literally. And the guy in the wheelchair, you could have some sympathy for, because like I said, his mobility issues, and he didn't probably want to soil himself in his clothes. And you're going, okay, but he would have, well, he has my sympathy going, yeah, it's not cool, but it is what it is. You have a little sympathy. The guy to yell at him and then to pee on top of it, as if that's the justification.
What was he trying to prove?
Right. And then, well, he said, it's like, oh, great, now we're both raised in a barn. Like, the guy in the wheelchair is going to go, oh, you got me on that one. I don't know what it was supposed to be, but it happened so fast. I was like, am I really looking at this guy holding his weenus and
Oh
urinating.
man, if you would have
People are crazy.
videotaped that could have gone viral on TikTok.
I had bags. I was frozen. It was happening. You know that you just turn your head to go, oh, I'm confirming someone. It sounds like someone's urinating, and someone 2 cars down is urinating.
Oh,
Now
so you were physically holding your bag still.
I was just like taking it from the car, putting him in the trunk, and looking over. And then that happens, and it's like, oh, that was weird. And like 2 seconds later, this guy walks up yelling at him, and then
I did see a dude take a dump on the street today while we were driving
in LA.
Yeah, at work. But that was, the guy clearly looked. It was expected because it's LA.
Yeah,
and it was the dude had the whole homeless get up, and then he started eating afterwards.
Yeah.
But nowhere near as. No, that's a good story.
Yeah, but you've got the grocery store parking lot.
I wasn't quite sure where that was going to go with the guy in the wheelchair.
Well, I don't know where would it go, but just inappropriate response. Again, and maybe it's my world. My world is, sure, you could dramatize people, it was offensive, but I would think that most people would go, that guy's going to have a harder time getting himself back into the store and getting all the way across the store in a wheelchair than the guy who's now, fully upright and choosing to pee on the ground.
Yeah.
So it's just seen, and it's absurd, that reaction. And that was the big topic.
There's got to be an ancient proverb somewhere. Dealing with that.
And I think too, I think that the guy who was trying to teach him a lesson, I suppose, about being raised in a barn, that dude, that is so absurd to me.
He's crazier than the wheelchair guy.
Right. So that's the thing, is that the absurdity of that kind of response.
Where did the second peer go afterwards? Did he get
into the
his
store?
car?
I guess he had shopping to do.
He went in the store? This is why we're on lockdown, people.
I'm getting in my car.
Dude's pissing in parking lots and not washing their hands.
I'm assuming it was his car. He's waiting for somebody. And then wherever the guy, because maybe the guy was parked next to him, because he was 2 cars away from me, and he's coming around his car, seeing it. It was like it was a pee fest. I did not, just for the record, did not go to the bathroom. I waited till I got home. You're welcome.
I wasn't.
Were you thinking? Were you wondering?
No, not until you said something, and then I was like, and then Rita was like, "Oh, you think that's bad?"
No.
Okay,
because I said it was a pee fest. There were only 2 peers in this whole entire group.
I had not considered you peeing until then. So
I was an innocent bystander watching the shenanigans, which I am thankful for, because which this is the big topic I wanted to talk about, is the absurdity of life and how people don't realize how they tick those absurd buttons, which tickles me to no end, because
I feel like I am an absurd person.
Right. And so looking at that going, oh my God, that's a great story. It's so ridiculous. And it wasn't a story that made me go to either one of them. I wasn't going to judge him. I wasn't going to scold him. I'm thinking, that is an amazing story of absurdity. And, I felt bad afterwards going, some kids got to go out and probably hose that down now, because somebody saw it and reported it.
Or will they?
Or will they? And I'm never, every time I drive into that parking lot, I'm going to look to go,
just leave it.
It's still there, right? Wait till the rains. Wait till the 3 days it rains out here.
God will take care of it.
Yes. That's the way it's got to be. But my thing is that people who have absurd reactions to things, and which always reminds me when, like, I call them the overreactors. So somebody like bobbles when they walk, and then someone's like, "Oh my God, do you need help?" That's like, no, I just bobbled. It's like, Do you need someone to help you walk down there? Nope, it was just a bobble. And the more attention you bring to me, the more embarrassed I'm getting. It's like,
bobble.
Like you just bobble a little bit when you walk. If you tripped and you step on a rock,
ankle
goes out,
like
and you're walking, and then there's someone around you who just, instead of just ignoring it, because that happens.
Oh, well, people are at least trying to, like, I've done that and no one cares or notices.
But so have you ever, like, I've done this definitely plenty of times.
But I do like, know what you're saying. Like, them pointing it out just makes it worse.
Like when you're really tired, you're lifting, you're walking, and your leg, you lift it and your toe kind of drags, which leads you to that trip but not fall.
Yeah.
Like that whoa, like that, and you finally right yourself. That gets a lot of overreaction.
I have often been very tired or lazy and misjudged the height of very small objects that I had to go over. I mean, I'm talking like
a step,
quarter an inch.
Yeah.
Like a rock.
Do you fall or do you just trip?
No, just kind of trip, jolt.
Yeah. So now, if somebody yelled and screamed, "Whoa! Do you need CPR?" You'd say like, "No, I'm fine. Thank you very much. That was not an overreaction whatsoever."
I would laugh. I would honestly laugh. Because whenever whenever I trip or do something like that in public,
nobody cares.
I start laughing.
Yeah.
Because I think it's funny.
Yeah.
Because it is kind of funny when people fall down. Or
it is kind of funny, and the thing though, I think I always wonder is,
like, if I saw, like, when I walk, like, if I trip over a crack in the sidewalk, if I'm walking down the road, not paying attention, and I trip over a crack in the sidewalk, I will start laughing because in my head, I'm like, dude, if I were watching that, I would start laughing, especially because I wasn't hurt. Like, nothing, like, I just tripped, just be like, dumbass, tripped on a crack in the sidewalk.
No, I had a time.
I laugh when I do that to myself.
Right. But there's a difference though. Now I look at people who, like, you're in a crowd, something happens, and I always look for that person, and I call it overreaction, which is someone trips and falls. And most people honestly will go, "Do you need help up?" And especially, if they're older, or a woman, or just polite, or especially because most people, because it's embarrassing to fall, they jump up faster than they fell. Like, I'm good. It's embarrassing. I'm going to move on my way. I'll check my wounds when I get to my, to a private place. But
next time I fall, I should stay on the ground for attention. Whether
I'm hurt is that what you want to do? See, now,
whether I'm hurt or not.
I just love it when there was a case in San Francisco where someone yelled, "Everybody step 3 feet away. I'm a paramedic." And I'm thinking, she's getting up. It's like, lady, you need to relax. And that whole thing, I'm going, wait, my thing would be first to help her up, see if she's okay. But but he's pushing the crowd back, thinking there's 4 of us. Because you're just walking down Market Street, and then someone trips on one of the bricks in the road. And then people's reaction is like, it slows everyone down to go, "Oh, do you need help?" And then we got Mr. Paramedic going, "I'm a paramedic. Everybody step back." I love that so much.
How probably excited is that guy to be a paramedic then, huh? Like, I mean, if that's his response to like every situation.
Right. Yeah. You know what though? I guess in a good way, that's good.
It's
because if you're having a heart attack, you want that guy on you. It's like, I can't breathe. I want that guy. Clear the room. Help somebody get me an airwave.
But I also feel like he wants a lot of attention.
Someone like me?
No. I'm a paramedic. He wants it. I feel like he wants a little bit.
You kind of said you, so I think you're talking to me. I think you slipped, Ryan, in your rage.
Could have. So I feel like he maybe wants a little bit of attention.
Probably. Oh, a little bit.
I'm a paramedic.
Yeah. I had a friend who was
You 4. Look at me. Yeah. I'm a paramedic.
Did you ever watch the show The Office?
Yes. The first part of it.
Right. So the character Dwight Schrute. Yes. Okay, so he was, he did it was the junior police volunteer kind of thing. And he would, he used that as a way that he could be, I don't know if that's exactly the name of it, but he wasn't an official police officer. He was a helper outer. And so he said, oh, he could solve all these crimes because he had that experience. Well, I had a friend when I was young who was kind of a junior fireman guy who took a CPR class. So what he would do, he always kept like 2 cases of water in his car. But anytime anyone was broken down on the road, he would stop and give them water. Now, technically, that's a nice idea, especially in the summertime, because I've had a flat tire when it was 104 degrees outside, and you can't
help
go
you
out
with your car. But here's some water.
No, but the wait is like hours and hours of waiting.
Yeah, no, it is a very nice.
It is
a very nice gesture.
Right. So but it's not kind of legal because you're also creating a hazard. So it's just really interesting.
What part is the hazard?
Well, I guess if somebody is stuck, you should have your car, your hood up and your blinkers on, unless it's at night because it attracts drunk drivers, all this stuff. But the police academy had to tell the fire department that him pulling up behind somebody can be, and him not in uniform could be scary to the person in the car.
Oh, because he was pulling behind them.
He could be a serial killer. Mm-hmm. So then he started wearing his, like, it looked more like an Eagle Scout outfit to work.
As long as you didn't say start dressing like a clown.
No, but he used to wear it, and I'd say, he goes, well, I said, well, you're kind of breaking the rules because they told you not to. I said, I think they meant a police officer, not some guy driving a Volkswagen Beetle.
Right.
From 1970. Anyway, but he wanted to help, which I thought that was endearing and sweet until he moved. He moved to Minnesota, so I haven't seen him in a very long time. Okay, do you have any subjects? I've got a million. I can talk about anything. Oh, so you're just gonna cruise?
Yeah, I'm just gonna cruise. I figured I'd just kind of swing in there and be me. Ta-da!
Okay, so all right, so here's the question.
There are some a dude. Like I just saw a video recently. A dude, like this artist that's 87 years old, like made like millions of dollars on NFTs. Like this 87-year-old comic book artist. Yeah, he's 87 and he's made several $1 million
already.
Yeah, off in
well, are you gonna do it? I thought we were gonna do one. Are we gonna do one?
Yeah, we should do one.
Well, you were complaining about you already had so much work to do.
Oh, I mean, I'm not complaining. I'm glad to have a lot of work to do.
No,
it means definitely keeps me from thinking about myself.
All the other stuff. And it also, right. So it's that whole thing of
stay busy.
It's that whole thing of, and it's preparing you for that opportunity, because this crazy thing that we're doing could open up an opportunity for you. Right.
Right. And there's we can make an NFT of this. We could make a freeze frame of the of this right here.
But that's what we're trying to attract. Okay, so
that's
80 trillion billion audience, all the weird people, all the people that are different.
In it, because I was initially thinking an NFT of the background. I was initially thinking of NFT of the overlay.
Yeah. No, it's not of us.
But then I was like, we should just take a screenshot of this and sell that as an NFT. Surely one of our trillions of fans.
80 billion trillion.
80 billion trillion fans would be clamoring. Although I was thinking about this, I will soon get us some like coffee mugs up on the store for the Rita and Ryan podcast. We're
going to have so many. Rio, you're going to have one for Play Nice. You're going to have one for Rita and Ryan podcast. You got one for your comic book.
Yes.
Right? Johnny
No Pants has merch.
No Pants.
My production company has I was pointing, the microphone was in the way, but I'm wearing a Trash Can Conductor production shirt.
Congratulations.
Well, thank you. I decided I'm going to mostly wear my own merch from here on out.
Maybe that's what I should do. I should get a polo and just wear it here.
I have some Rita stuff designed and
That's
ready
right.
to go.
But it's not on your site yet.
No, I was just kind of waiting for you to tell me to put it live.
You have to remind me.
And so, yeah, whenever you want it live,
but is it silk
I can have it up.
Yeah, but I don't know if I'm the type. I guess I have to. Yeah, because it's t-shirt and what else?
Coffee mug, laptop.
I'm not gonna wear a coffee mug. I'm trying to say, what if I wear it? Is it just t-shirts?
What would you like? You said polo. I can design a polo.
No, but see, like a t-shirt like this, that's a little bit lower. It's more like a woman's t-shirt instead of the kind that goes right up to your neck.
Okay. Yeah.
That shows off my waddle. If it's too tight up here, seriously.
They have different choices. I will
see. Look, it actually lights it up like a light. The waddle. So the further down it is, see.
I think it's your imagination.
What?
It's your imagination.
You're so kind.
There's no
but you're right.
No,
I think that we should.
I will.
Yes.
I'll throw. I mean, the design's there. It's not gonna. It'll take like 2 clicks to throw it on a different style T-shirt.
See, I think since we have it and no one's gonna see it, you want me to show you the latest sunglasses I have for the show, for our grift?
Oh yeah.
These are not for next. I've got 2 pairs.
Oh, you've been stocking up on sunglasses.
Yeah, because I find them and then I think that's perfect. These are next, not this weekend, but next weekend. So you tell me what you think.
Fabulous.
Come on. Are these super California or what?
Oh, very.
Are they ridiculous?
Yes.
Okay. Then I have.
They got to get so big to where you eventually, like one day, get those, those comically large sunglasses.
I didn't think you can get them any larger than this. No, but I don't want to. Yeah, I guess we could, but
because I mean, that would be funny.
So I was thinking the black ones would be the ultimate ones, like the ultimate Rita California, and then I think these are more Jonesy because they're the Malcolm X, but sunglasses.
Okay. Yeah.
What do you think of those? Those are just regular.
Yeah. I like them.
I do too. I think these look good on you too.
I like aviators.
Yeah, you like to be really cool.
Yeah.
Now you can't show this for 2 weeks, but it's okay, right? Oh no, is this 3 or 4?
Oh, I can't show this for 2 weeks? I guess I'll edit that out.
No. I guess, you know what?
Because.
But how big of a pain in the butt is that going to be to edit that out? You know what? We're not, maybe not 80 billion trillion aren't going to watch the same shows, right?
They might not notice.
Okay, so this is what I've received. So this is how I know, even though people aren't following, I don't know. I know we're getting tons of impressions on our articles.
Right.
As you can tell the difference between the first week of getting 800 impressions. Now we're at 17,000, 22,000, which is awesome.
Wow.
That I looked it up. The impressions means it's going through somebody's Twitter screen. So we're getting lots of retweets or some big retweets, right?
Going from 700 to 17,000.
Yeah, the first few weeks is.
Congrats.
And then
that's awesome.
Engagements are actually clicking on the link. And they're in the hundreds and 200s still. Some are 300, but you can see that it's gradual, which is awesome because that's what we want, organic, and it's all great. But
no, that's cool.
But I'm starting to get some bad reviews.
Uh-oh.
So the question is, for all of you famous,
how do we fix up your image?
Well,
I'm kidding.
Do you want me to share with you some of them?
If you want.
Well, my question is, do we not even read? If you don't recognize the DM, do you even read it? If somebody DMs you, do you even read it? Because I've gotten some,
especially if they're not even following you.
I didn't even think to look to see if they're following you.
Yeah, if they're not even following you or like anyone in the group, then they're not serious and you should ignore them.
But why wouldn't you just like attach it to something I've said versus DMing me. That's what's weird. Because usually that's what people do is I'll say, hey, go and watch this. You're something, blah, blah, blah. But maybe I'm not saying something provocative enough. I don't know.
I don't know
okay,
why
so
they'd be DMing you. That's weird.
Okay. Well, and then the other part too is maybe because these sound like more reviews from the live stream from the Monday night.
Really?
Like,
Okay.
Do you want to hear one?
Sure. I mean, yeah.
One just says, hey, you're acting like you're all that. You ain't all that.
Oh my God. Somebody has a crush.
That's how you interpret it?
Somebody has a crush. They just want your attention.
You think so?
Yeah.
You're full of crap.
People are stupid. Like that's how
like complete, right.
Like no, they just want some attention.
Right. I did not respond to anybody. I also didn't delete them or, so if you see, it's like, it looks like I have like 5 bold messages that I do not respond to.
Yeah.
Okay, ready?
Yeah. That one.
You want to hear the next one? That one is like, okay, somebody just wants attention.
That's my opinion of the first one. I think someone has a crush.
Okay. So ready?
Yeah.
Second one. Here's a tip. Stop talking and shut up. Doesn't sound like he has a crush.
No. This one is.
What do you say to that? Do I have to do some soul searching? Do I have to talk less?
No.
I know. And how disappointed? How disappointed is Rotten Brain 77 gonna be when I have? And I didn't say all of the numbers.
They're trolling hard.
Yeah, because what's it gonna be when I'm on the music showcase, the Rita and Ryan show?
Yeah. I think you should talk more. You're about to talk more. You're about to be talking several days a week.
Have I ever stopped talking?
Yeah. I know. Okay. I was thinking about that. I'm like, man, I'm going to be talking like 2-3 days a week consistently for an hour or more.
And you lead it too.
Yeah.
Because they're your podcast. You have to be the person. Like now you could just put your feet up and just go, I'm good. And then I fill in the blanks.
Well, I mean, that's kind of what I do on my podcast. Like, I know what they're kind of like the point of what they're doing there. Like Greg, Quiet Entertainer. The whole point was to kind of talk about his live CD.
Right.
And like we took a wild, long journey getting there.
Right.
But it got there. But we just talked about, so that's kind of the point. Like they're. With me on that one, it's like there's a point, but we're gonna go on a weird catch up. What's on your brain? What do you like doing?
Yeah, well, because that's interesting too.
Yeah. It's more fun. And like because so far I've been catching up with my old friends,
right.
with all of them,
which is cool.
Which has been like actually the more fun than anything else is actually getting to like. Reconnect with like some of my best friends from back in the day. And so like the one I just did with my friend John, he has like an art line, buytacos.com.
Cool.
And where he does these like fun owl and other weird animal things, and he has paintings up in bars and stuff in throughout Kentucky, and then he sells T-shirts. And so, brought him on to hang out, and we had
awesome.
So there's something to promote, but we're gonna when I get you on there, we're gonna take a weird meandering thing. Like I have no questions planned.
Oh, I don't do interviews. I'm too famous.
Oh, you don't do interviews? Okay. Or when I can finally get the Jianchor crew on.
Oh my God. It takes, after everybody said, then I sent them a note of all the times because they, us being fine at 6:30 at night is 9:30 their time.
It's not like during the, like I was saying during the week, like, cause I work every weekend, for sure, but weekdays are pretty flexible for me.
Right. But everybody's doing something. And I know that Tuesday is an open night for grabbing them. Monday's not, Wednesday's not because Chad's in. Thursday's not because they're all watching Hotep's Been Told You. So it's either a Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. And usually Saturday and Sunday for Chad, and then Ant's out with his girlfriend, and me and Josie. So it may be me and Josie representing for the first one, because yeah. So we'll just see it. They know. Everyone's like, yeah. Now it's just saying, yep, we can do it, and now it's going to be picking a time. It's taken 3 weeks to get us all in one space.
I figured like it doesn't have to be immediate. Like I figured it's gonna take like a few. So no, we're good
I know
on
it.
that.
I know it won't be next week, but I also think that when someone sends a note that we shouldn't just not answer.
And I mean I kind of knew. Like I talked to you and Jonesy about it, and. No, I just kind of figured when the time lines up, the time is going to line up for it,
Yeah, no, it's going to be cool. Good luck.
No. Alignment.
No, but I think I'm excited because it is the first time, because really everyone has only seen us on the live stream. And that's Brian's show, right? And he's not asking us questions.
No, because
he's asking very specific questions at the blog.
It's a business meeting. Like no one knows
about us.
Yeah, no one's really like interviewing you guys about what you're doing. Like you guys are talking about how you're doing it, but nobody's really interviewing you guys about it. You're not out. You're not getting out there, and I would like to help you do that. Let's get you guys out there.
Yay. Well, thank you.
Get other people get other people inspired to invite you on.
Yeah, that would be really great
for interviews, which is kind of what I'm kind of hoping it leads to. Also, is
and then to be reciprocal, especially because the four of us are funny together,
right?
And so that we would be a good interview, even for a 10-minute spot.
Oh yeah,
to help promote us, kind of thing, for the future.
Yeah,
because I think the whole thing is. What do you get when you have a basketball player, an electrical foreman, because Josie's pretty high up in his position, and an anarchist? I mean, it's and a Hotep Jesus, right?
Right.
Is that you? And I always marvel is that people would not pick this group, and because we're so different, our groups wouldn't have hung out together,
right?
Except we're all brought to get
I hope you check out John's interview when it comes out next week. We talk about this very thing, like about having a different friends.
Yeah, well, the thing too is that
it's important to have, like, if all your friends are the same, you need to get a few new friends.
I think I was as young, I was 14, freshman year in school. We always had my mom was open to all the kids could come. And I was fourth in line, so it was so many years of teenage parties at the house. And I sent invitations for a holiday, and this was mainly for kids whose parents, maybe they were an only kid and they didn't have family coming in, and a lot of it, kind of like strays and stragglers. But I started this having a get together. I think it was the night before Christmas Eve, like the 23rd, and I called it a gathering of friends. But my mother would say, she goes, all my kids except Rita, all the friends are exactly like them, except Rita. You would not ever, got a cheerleader, but then you got a stoner, you've got this, just because I think there's a part
of fun being around different people.
Right. I think too, it comes from,
you learn more, makes you smarter.
Right. And the fact that it's like, I don't need to, I think there are some of us that say, I don't need to be anybody. I can just be here. And we may not have been that enlightened to know what that meant, but it was just like, I'm cool. If you don't want to talk to me, that's fine. But, I'm cool. And there's and I was lucky. I know that when I was in high school, there was some mean kids, but it was few and far between of what you hear about now. And so people were pretty much the same-ish.
I could be in terms of mean.
with that anger issue you've got. But
I
but
just
no,
liked,
I wasn't. Yeah,
I just liked like pulling wild stunts.
Yeah. Well, my thing was though I was funny.
Upsetting.
Yeah.
I like to upset the balance
Yeah.
of like everything.
Yeah. But I had two siblings before me that one was super talented and was known for winning all kinds of awards for singing. And then I had my brother who was known for being just a big troublemaker at school. And he wasn't enough to, call the cops, but enough to make everybody crazy. And he didn't care. He just kept pushing the envelope. And then here's me just coming in like, doo-doo-doo. I just didn't need to be kind of the star of the show. But it was, so just, it was an interesting time, a lot of interesting and great friends. I still have a group, there's 7 of us that we've been friends since we were 12, 13 years old. And,
nice.
and it's really nice. And it's, we don't see each other, of course, that often. Usually now it's for somebody's kid had another baby, their grandparent or something, or someone's parents passes away or they're in hospice, and then people touch base. But there's a weird part of that. Remember that movie, that Stephen King Stand By Me movie about the 4 kids finding the dead body?
Yes.
And the very last line is, in the very last scene of the movie is where he's writing on the computer is about, it's like something like, we never stayed in touch after that, but you'll never have friends like when you're 12.
I kind of remember the movie. It's been so
that's okay.
long,
but it was impactful. Yeah. But for people who've had friends since that time, there is an age range. And this is just for me, in my experience, that between 10 and 12, 13, and especially if you bond with each other and you're going through your high school. I mean, some of my dearest friends went to the high school across town, so we didn't see each other every day like other friends, but we were still in the neighborhood and part of each other's lives. And then we stayed in touch when people went their different ways after high school. And so there's a bit of history and connection there, and that's what's really nice. And then it's always nice to have somebody remind you of the fun, craziness, how crazy our parents were, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is a blessing. But let's get back to me, since it's all about me and my reviews. I've got more negative reviews.
Oh, damn.
Okay, so the person who said, here's a tip, stop talking and shut up. That's the second time you've laughed at it.
It's
a troll.
Yeah, they're trolling.
Okay. It's not someone trying to give me constructive criticism.
No, none of this is actually constructive criticism.
You want to hear from Charles?
Oh, I'm sure Charles is very enlightening.
Says, you're old and you're dumb. I don't know why you keep laughing at these.
Because they're stupid.
Okay.
They're so stupid. Like, oh man,
you almost want to say, is that all you got? You can do better.
Yeah,
from Twitter, right?
I'm waiting for the day when all of those just start rolling in on my
ex-girlfriends.
It's no, they won't watch. Probably.
Oh, your ex-girlfriends won't watch? Did you end it so abruptly? They said you have no stalkers.
It depends. I mean, I don't know. It's not like
you weren't a bad guy going out.
Not all the time. Not
okay, you have to tell me, when you look over to the side, are you looking at me? When are you looking at me? When you look straight ahead, are you looking at me?
You're actually on 2 different monitors.
Why? That's kind of weird.
Because I'm watching the recording, and then the Zoom thing is on the other window.
So which one? What do you watch? What? Why?
In case something goes wrong. In case something goes weird. So I can keep control of the program, make sure everything's still recording.
Oh, something goes weird on the banner.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then but I can see you better on the Zoom window. And so I'm just kind of looking back and forth to make sure everything's still recording.
All right. Okay, so you're old and you're dumb is just funny. I shouldn't take it personal.
I don't think you should take any of these personal. Like, I'm going to have tons of these on all my videos. They'll be like, hey, shut up, stupid. You're not funny.
You're going to welcome it.
You're ugly.
Right. Do you want to have 2 more?
Your dumb hair. Okay. Like, I expect it. Yeah, I would have to read 2 more. Yeah, they're...
All right. You ain't funny and you give me a headache. This is just
Trolls.
so funny. It's like, no, it's like, and I'm thinking, you know what? And now that I'm thinking of it, it's like they are being kind of nice for Twitter. They could be really bad, right? They're I mean, the old and dumb's not.
Oh, these
nice,
are Twitter. These are from
these are Twitter DMs. Because I have my DMs open because I don't know any better.
Okay. And so these are
just people, and I've got their names.
Oh, these are they're bots or trolls.
Would a bot go into a DM?
Maybe. Like it could be like a program to just randomly. I don't know.
Here's the last one.
As far as I know, with technology, like I assume they can do anything.
So what you're saying is you don't recognize any of these names that could be on a burner account of yours? It's not you.
No, I don't have time for. I don't even have time for my real account, let alone a burner account.
That's what burner account people say. I'm just so busy setting up the alibi. I've got 3 podcasts. I've got a full-time job. I'm never home.
Lie. It's all cover story.
Okay. Here's my favorite though. This is the last one.
Okay.
Why are you wait, I'm doing okay. Don't make me laugh. Why are you even here?
Is that it?
Why are you even here? Yes. Question mark. Is that so funny?
Good question. Like, why are any of us here?
I know. All of a sudden I know, it's like, really? What am I, some, Greek philosopher? It's like, because I am. Maybe I should do that. See that?
No, don't engage with them. Don't engage with it.
The whole thing is read or ignore. That was the topic. Read or ignore reviews.
Read them, but ignore them. Like if you're in the mood, like if you're in the right frame to read those and know that they're just trolls and those, like
you wouldn't retweet them and shame them. You wouldn't copy them and go
like I'm not necessarily that petty. I don't think. Like you would have to personally.
What if someone says you were old and dumb?
I couldn't. I mean, I wouldn't respond, but I couldn't necessarily disagree with them.
That's the problem. See, that's the thing, is that maybe I am giving people headaches. Maybe I do talk too much. No, I'm kidding. I don't get caught into that, but I thought that was funny. Is that to go of all the things, and the fact that it's so polite that they're DMing me instead of just putting it out there for the world to see.
Or I mean, they all might have crushes and just want some attention.
That's how you get it, right?
People are stupid.
You think so? Well, let's not call people names in case they're part of the 80 billion trillion watching.
People do some people exhibit odd behavior.
Yes, and especially on both extremes. If someone overly likes someone that's not showing them any attention, or they don't know, or the opposite, someone's kind of blowing them off, or they've broken up with them. People who I've known that are, you would say, it's swear in a stack of Bibles. This is the most sane person I've ever known. I've seen people who were incredibly sane go to great lengths to be. Oh. When, that's just like something goes off in their head, is like, I have to be with that person.
It's scary. I've seen, no, you can, almost nothing really surprises me. Yeah. Like, anything can, I guess anything can happen.
Do you think it's I always wonder, is if it's, I don't know what it is mentally, because I think there's some personalities, and it's not just confidence, but it's just personalities just go, yeah, I'm a queen. I'm not going to be chasing after somebody. They better be chasing after me. Or you say, I'm confident enough. I don't know. Or maybe I have no heart or no soul, that there's somebody that I would be willing to go to jail by, stalking them.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's got to be something.
I don't even have the energy to even like try to actually date someone.
Right.
And man, I don't have time to be stalking and DMing and
I just see and I see it from that it's that
sounds exhausting to me, actually.
There is a phenomenon, because I see it too, kind of doing research for YouTube on different shows that bounce with people that that we could say, hey, let's offer a show on, food or on astrology, and just looking under astrology or must love pets. There's a lot of lonely people out there.
Oh yeah. Oh
There's a
yeah.
lot of really lonely people out there. So a lot of the, just on astrology, the ones that have to do with you'll find love next week and daily readings and it's love, it's your turn, and or he turns back on you, and you see those have millions of hits, is that I think people want to hear that.
Yeah.
And and they're lonely, and that exists, right? Because there's difference.
Yeah. I have a few off camera topic examples of just
camera.
examples of definitely lots of people being lonely.
Yeah. And it's yeah. And it's funny though, sometimes it seems odd, is that, are we ever satisfied as a human being? Because people who are in long-term relationships are like, I would love to be single for a while. And then people who are single are like, I would love to be in a relationship. But and then especially the older you get, it comes at,
One thing that just occurred to me kind of recently is that in any human relationship, and when you start involving things, like, because I don't really, I try to avoid drama and things,
right?
And so, but which is why I don't really date anymore. It's I just don't want to deal with it,
right.
Honestly, a lot of times. But in order to cohabit, like, really with anyone, anything,
right.
friends, people, like, you got to be willing to accept a certain amount of drama and chaos in
right.
your life.
Or even if it's a perfect roommate or partner.
Yeah, nothing's ever like perfect. Like,
right.
you got to accept some. There's gonna be, so there's no free ride. No, there's no getting out clean. There's gonna be, or you're just gonna be lonely and by yourself. So accept some drama, because unintentionally and inadvertently, drama, there's always whirlwinds and everything that people have and bring with them, and it's gonna happen. Embrace it.
I always think with relationships is that it's so hard for people to even approach, deal with that rejection, because when you're dealing with rejection of those strong feelings, I don't know, when you're 17, 18, if you really know what love is, but then you get rejected. And especially if you fall hard for somebody, I've got male friends that have been single. They've dated a few times, but they'll never forget what happened when they were 18. Like the woman of their dreams, and they just couldn't get over that. And and other people who were the complete opposite. They treated women terribly. And so one, I won't say his name, but had a woman who everybody loved her. She was amazing. 10 years lived together. He treated her terribly. Went out on her all the time. Well, now he's alone. Nobody wants to come around him. And it's,
Oh yeah, he's on the other end of the spectrum. Of the same
and she
thing.
finally came to her senses, and she's in a great relationship. But it's just, the human dynamic is tough. It's tough.
Meeting people is hard. The hard part now.
Yeah. Well, now definitely.
Yeah. Like now, where I'm like, you know what? I think I might want to actually think about something. There's like no one to date. There's nowhere to go. Everything's closed.
Right. I mean, and it's going to be interesting. This whole big explosion.
Like, I went out a couple times last year at the beginning of it all.
Right.
But I mean, now I look nothing like my pictures, and I'm not taking selfies just to update a dating profile. Screw that. I'll show up, I'll show up looking like this.
What's wrong? So what? You don't like?
Well, no, all my hair is short in all my pictures.
Oh, right. Yeah, it does. The long hair changes your look completely. Plus, you're wearing glasses, but it's not a bad look, just different.
Yeah. Oh, I have lots of pictures of me with short hair and glasses. Like,
but not on your website.
No, those are all for promotional.
Right.
Stuff.
So somebody was going like, "Oh, who is this guy?"
Right.
And they go, look, but you could have
but
the opposite
a lot of
thing
my
happen.
personal pages, like on Instagram and Facebook, or like when I have that, I'm usually wearing glasses.
Oh, I see. Well, my thing is that if someone's like one of our 80 billion trillion viewers of this show sees you and like, that Ryan is
hard
so
to go
amazing.
shopping sometimes. I mean, it's just hard. It's hard to go out. You know, I got a good thing we're covering our faces.
Yeah, that's hard too. You know, they're nice. There are good parts.
You know,
if we
weren't covered up, I couldn't get to the store and back because of all of our fans. They would just recognize. And
I agree, and I luck out because the mask changes the whole dynamic. So I could wear my hair back in a ponytail and no lipstick.
Right.
Yeah.
Who's gonna see the lipstick?
No, you know, mask with the hair in a ponytail. No one knows who I am. My Judas Priest T-shirt. No one would guess in a million years. Speaking of which, you know, that reminded me of Alex. I haven't talked to Alex in what seems like years, even though we've probably talked to him a month ago.
Right. I've seen him pop up in the chats a few times.
Yeah. So he seems, but we're not doing, you know, we're not talking to him about, you know, computer programs at this moment, which we won't go into. That's on the
right. That's a different topic.
That's on the finale. That's on the big finale. So my thing about eyeglasses, tying this all the back to the beginning, because I think we're at an hour.
Yes.
Are we at an hour?
Yes.
How close to an hour are we? Am I getting good at this or what? Yes. I think I was off by 5 minutes before.
No, we are. We were at an hour, 1 hour and 30 seconds when you said it first. Now it's at like an hour 50.
And that's with, I've got no control.
Nope.
So
I mean, you do. You could actually record a Zoom if you wanted.
I could record on top of your recording.
Yeah.
And then I could say, listen, in a court of law, and then I could edit it to make everything I say sound perfect.
You could.
And I could make me more sympathetic by saying, every kind of review that hurt my feelings, Ryan just laughed and laughed and laughed. His evil laugh.
What an evil co-host, laughing at my pain.
I know. So.
I mean, yeah, we'll read some bad reviews of us, I'm sure.
We probably have to. Yeah, we probably have to publish them though.
The bad reviews.
Well, the videos. We don't have any videos.
Oh, right.
We're on number 3.
Yes.
This is number 3. So congratulations on our third video that no one has seen.
That no one has seen yet. So when the first video comes out,
we may just keep doing this for ourselves.
We know
how good they are, and we know how many fans we have.
We know they're amazing. Yeah.
And we want to meet all of you, 80 billion trillion.
Oh man, it's this is gonna.
And so
this makes me smile.
Good. Okay. Well, this is gonna make you smile.
Yeah. Yeah.
All you single ladies out there. So. You haven't seen the second video. I think we've talked about it the first 2.
Oh yeah,
Ryan likes artists. He, but you can't live together unless you're willing to.
None of those are real stipulations.
Yes, they are.
You're just making
we've got you
up.
You said no one was going to live with you unless they slept with you.
Kept twisting things around and digging in. And how
your exact words were,
she pulled out her stenograph. She had a stenographer back there. The meeting notes.
I'm trying to help your dating situation, which you're not interested in. You're too busy to have.
I appreciate that, but I don't know if there is any hope for that.
Well, people have to. But here's my prediction.
My mouth hurts. I'm laughing.
So here's my prediction, though. Things are going to start in June because we're in April now.
Yes.
In June, people are going to spontaneously leave their homes.
Oh,
because it's going to the virus is kind of subsiding, except for some East Coast states. You can't keep us Californians out of the beach. and out of the pool and out of the barbecues. So they're going to be, all this pent up energy and stress. Everyone's going to want to go somewhere, not here, but people who live here are going to stay here and they're going to go somewhere. And so I predict, so that's going to start in May because kids aren't even in school anymore. So they can go at any time. And little by little, the stadiums are opening up, Disneyland's opened up, and it's going to go from 25% to 50% to 75% to 85%, which is,
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden, because I can see the musicians I follow, they're planning concerts starting in September. So, and probably, if things open up by August, but I think that's what they're saying is third quarter. It's going to be September, October, November. Well, that's kind of third and fourth quarter. But people need to make their money. So that's what I'm hoping. And it's not just about dating. It's getting out there and being able to touch and talk to people.
We'll take this on the road. We'll do Rita and Ryan Podcast live. We'll take this on tour. Book us at a bar, and we'll come sell tickets.
Why would we go to a bar?
I don't know. Where else?
Studio bar. We could have a studio bar.
We'd go set up and broadcast live.
But I have to wear those big headphones, though.
Well, like a comedy show or somewhere.
I don't want to wear the big headphones, though.
No. Set it up, like a comedy show or something.
Oh, like we'd sit up on stage?
Yeah.
Oh, and then I talk, and then you go.
Yeah, it'd be just like this, but we would be on a stage somewhere with a table.
Having a
cracking jokes, taking audience questions.
Do you think we'd have 80 billion trillion people there?
Oh yeah.
They'd be lining up like Star Wars.
And then they'll be lining up in the back for our merch booth to buy all kinds of t-shirts. It's all about the merch with you. It is.
That is a night. Now, what color shirt for your trash can conductor? Is that pink or is it mauve or rose?
It's like pink.
Dark pink? It's
dark pink. Dark, like a.
You know what it looks like? It looks like almost like a liver organ.
No,
when they fillet a body open and say, "This is the liver, here are the kidneys." That's exactly what it looks like.
It's liver pink. Liver. That's what it said on the order form.
Kidneys are too dark, but the liver is kind of like
No, it's a bright.
Never gonna look at that color again. I mean,
I hope liver doesn't actually look like the.
Because I think that when the body's alive, it's not so dark. Like kidneys are really dark, but the liver I think is lighter color.
The shirt is much brighter in real life than it appears on screen,
but not lighter.
No, bright. Like it's like a bright pink.
It looks rose, but see, my red looks as red. It looks it's darker actually. This looks brighter in the light. But before we go, I always have to change the lights because I'm obnoxious. So
set the mood.
Oh, by the way, since we're here.
Yes.
In the beginning, I used to have curly hair and now I'm straightening it. What do you think? Do you like the curly better or the straighter?
I don't know if I remember quite what your hair curly looks like.
Okay.
How far back do I need to look? Was it curly at the beginning of Jianchor? I feel like it was always straight. Or
no. It's curly. It was curly. Yeah, ridiculous. But it's all good. Because typical man, you can't remember what I wore last month.
No. Yeah. Typical male. Good for nothing. Doesn't pay attention.
It just sits there and that's what I'm kind of wondering if you're one of these burner accounts telling me to shut up. Okay, is that clear?
Yeah,
okay.
I did that and decided to do a regular podcast with you.
That's right.
That's
right. That's right. See, you don't think this blue? This looks blue, or maybe it's fluorescent. I don't know. I think that's regular, right? Or do I need it darker?
It was fine how it was before, like a step ago.
No, I think it's this one. Is it that one?
No,
that's too tan, right? Okay, no. So it's this one, but a little. Oh, it's this one, but like this. No, it's like that. Ooh, scary. That was off. I was just teasing. All right, I've totally. Okay, I've got the. Oh wait, Oh, there it is. No, that's too dark. It doesn't matter. We're done.
The riveting adventures of lighting.
No, I love it because I'm like,
many shades.
For those people who have glasses, you go, is it 1 or 2?
I couldn't see
or
a difference.
3. 3. I know. I'm talking to Ryan, who's completely blind at this point. But don't worry. Ryan's the one that can do this.
I can fix your glasses without wearing glasses.
So, ladies and gentlemen, oh, sorry to interrupt you.
I was to say, and that is the lesson for today, that I can fix your glasses when I'm not wearing glasses.
So don't forget, even though no one has ever seen the show before, we decided on the Weird Ass Talk Show because you know it and I know it. It's Ryan all over. I'm regular, normal. Right, Ryan?
Right.
So thank you for watching.
I'm the only one that's completely weird.
Well, I didn't have to say it. So thank you for watching. We appreciate in the future, because you haven't seen it yet, because we haven't uploaded it, but we're supposed to eventually. So we appreciate you attending. We hope to hear from you, and we'd like to on our show. We want, and if the weirder the better, right, Ryan?
Yes. So future
artists,
people,
female,
we love you, future people.
Future people, weird and quirky and funny is good. Well, then we'll be replaced. So there you go. But anyway, good night, and may the force be with you. Right, Ryan?
That's right. Live long and
prosper.
I can't.
See, I said hippies and nerds. Ryan said weird ass. I'm kind of leaning on the hippies and nerds, but weird ass works too. But one of us is hippie and one of us is a nerd. You'll have to guess. Mr. Spock over there. Anyway,
yes.
Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next week. Good night, Ryan.
Good night.